human warrior build that I threw together. And actually you'll see over here that my warrior is level 9, but I dropped my talents, so you'll see that the only talent I have spec'd right now is Affinity Warriors. And the deck is based off a level 2 Affinity Warriors build. So no other benefits coming from my class or level. Just have the one talent as if I'm level 2 right outside of Crayborn Castle. And the deck I built around it is based around commons. So the idea is, you start off the campaign, you're level 2, the immediate access you'll have for any specific character you choose is really going to be around the common cards. So you can see here with my shard grid at level 2, I only have access to 3 commons of Diamond, Ruby, and Sapphire, and 1 common artifact. And also I have access to 2 uncommons of Diamond, Ruby, and Sapphire, and 1 artifact. And then 1 of each rare and 1 of each legendary. So we built the deck around this level 2 requirement. And the focus for this deck was to find a base of 6 different common equipment to go in our different equipment card slots. And if we couldn't find an equipment piece, that's fine, but we were able to find an equipment piece for everything. So this is the deck here that I'm looking at. I based it around putting warriors in play and getting charges for those warriors. So one of the first things that came into my mind was Arena Regular. So Arena Regular, every time you gain a charge, deals 1 damage to each opponent. So that also means every time you play a warrior, you're dealing 1 damage to an opponent while this is in play. So that's pretty nice. And then with the head equipment, you're dealing 2 damage every time you use your charge power. So start of the game, my charge power is going to cost 5 to use, but I'll be able to deal an additional 2 damage on top of the charge power, which also deals damage. So we might be able to get a lot of damage early with this combo. So let's go through some of the other cards we put to the deck and equipment. One is this Fury Seeker here, who is a 6-drop Rage 1 speed. But we're using Boots equipment for him that says this has -1 cost in all zones for each warrior you control. So if we have 6 warriors in play, he's completely free. If we have 3 warriors in play, he only will cost 3 to play. So that's pretty cool synergy right there. We are also playing the Wounded War Hero with his equipment. He's a 1-drop that has +1 attack for each other human you control. And his equipment says, while you control 3 or more humans, he has Swift Strike. So him and 2 other humans in play, he'll have Swift Strike and +2 attack. So he would be a 3-1 Swift Strike troop for 1, which is pretty awesome. And let's see, what other equipment do we play? We're playing the Burn Gloves, which make burns deal 3 damage instead of 2 for 1, which is also awesome. And we have the Shield Trainer equipment here that allows us to sacrifice him to give another troop spell shield. So basically can prevent a kill effect on another troop, which is pretty nice also. And the final equipment piece we're running is this chest equipment for the Royal Herald. The Herald comes into play, gives you a threshold of your choice, and then when it dies it also gives you a threshold of your choice, so just a way to get additional fixing. This equipment is not necessarily very important for this deck because I think everything in this deck has a single threshold requirement. Actually, that's not true. Fury Seeker and Brutal Commander have double thresholds, so that might actually be pretty useful in the deck. So let's go through some of the other cards we're playing. So you see that we have basically all the troops in the deck are warriors. They are actually. Most all the troops in the deck are Ardent based because orcs and humans, elves and coyotals, they're all Ardent. There is one card in the deck that's not Ardent based, which is the Scraptech Brawler. And basically, when we're at 3 resources, we can basically play this guy for free. You just play him face up, and then you play something else for 3 resources right after. Or we can tunnel him and get a bunch of resources in a single turn after 3 turns. He's also a Dwarf Warrior, which is great. So that's why I'm including 2 copies of him. He's pretty fun to play. So he's our only non-ardent troop, and because we have all ardent troops, I'm playing 2 ardent recruits. So all of our troops in all zones that are ardent have -1 cost. So we'll play him, and then like a wounded war hero will be a 0 cost play. Some of the other cards we're playing, we have Crackling Bolt that gives us a charge on cast and also deals 3 damage. So it just combos with Arena Regular and just our whole charge theme. And for removal, we also have Totem Trap that deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking troop as a way to keep our troops alive. And then we also have the Combat Training as another action that allows us to give our troops +1 attack when we deal and when we deal damage, we get the Combat Training back from the crypt. So, out of the troops I have not mentioned, we are playing only a handful of orcs, but because of that, we also thought it would be good to include this Brutal Commander. And we're going to play a Brutal Commander without equipment, but it has Rage 1, and when it deals damage to an opposing champion, search your deck for an orc with cost equal to or less than the damage dealt this way, and put it into your hand. So if he attacks once and gets through with damage, we will immediately be able to search for an Arena Regular and put it into our hand. So that's pretty cool. And if he attacks a bunch of times, we might have enough to take a Fury Seeker and put it into our hand, as long as the Brutal Commander has 4 attack damage going through when it hits. So one of the quick fixes in this deck that we could consider is taking out Totem Trap and putting in Crushing Blow. In fact, maybe we do that now before running the deck. Yeah, I think our deck is aggressive enough that actually Crushing Blow might be more beneficial than a Totem Trap. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's put Crushing Blow in. I like Totem Trap, but I think in this situation Crushing Blow is just a little better. And we'll sort by cost. Alright, so we got Crushing Blow in there. Quick little modification. Out of the troops I have not talked about, let's see, we have a Adamanthian Captain. He has Empower, so if we do end up having a lot of resources, we can empower him and play him. He will still have the reduced cost from the Ardent Recruiter, which is nice because he's only going to be a 2-drop then, or I think 5-drop with Empowered. I don't think it affects his overall reduction in cost once we empower him, but not bad. He's one of the few troops in our deck that has more than 2 defense, so that does become important in a lot of early campaign levels. And then we also have a Vanguard of Gwaine that says when you have a Ruby Threshold, he has +1/+1 on Swift Strike. He's also a human warrior, so he will combo with a lot of the deck, and he is essentially a 3/2 every time he will be in play. And our shared base again is just 9/9 and 4 dual shards. So that's our little campaign starter deck, and I'm going to do a few campaign challenges to show you how it plays. So by the way, I'm doing this this whole stream and this deck for an article I'm writing that focuses on common cards, and I realize I haven't changed my Twitch info. I'm not even on Twitch right now, so let me just go there really quick. I'm not even logged into Twitch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There's some world news happening right now. You guys paying attention to the internet?
Is that why?
And I'm getting background noise from Twitch. Just logging in really quick. I apparently can't remember my password. Oh no! Well, that's not a good thing. I'll have to figure that out later. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do a few campaign challenges, and I will figure out my Twitch stuff later. So let's start as if we were going to kick off right after Crayburn Castle. So we'll go way up here. We'll do the very first campaign area. Oh, that's right, it won't let us repeat greens, so we'll have to do a blue area. Is this one of them? Okay, we'll do the feral root bear first. As you can see, it's been a while since I've played campaign because I maxed out all my slots. It's fun. I enjoyed the campaign. I played it a lot, but because I've already maxed out, I didn't want to create a brand new tune and do this all over again. Okay, so it looks like we have a nice hand. We got the Wounded War Hero, we got a Royal Herald, we've got a Brawler, so we're going to keep this. And we'll kick off with a Wounded War Hero. Oh, and if anyone's watching, if I can figure out my Twitch before the end of the stream, I will give away 4 Spectral Acorns to somebody that's lucky. But I'm going to have to ask for your help. So if you're watching the stream and you heard me say that, I need help with finding a quick Twitch bot that will allow me to give something away. Allow me to have people enter and get them something quick. Anyway, so if you hear that, try to send me something once I get logged into Twitch. I'll probably just do 3 campaign encounters really quick to show you how the deck works, and then I will try to get this Twitch thing working again. And the funny thing is, because I'm not able to log in Twitch because I had my stuff saved, and the reason why I had it saved and it got removed is because I was trying to sync up to HEX TCG browser to add some decks in there, and HEX TCG browser has this weird thing where oftentimes it will ask you to log in, and because of cookies it doesn't work, so you have to keep trying to log in. Anyways, long story short, I had to delete all my cookies and everything to get HEX TCG browser to work again. And now I can't remember my Twitch password. Whoops. Anyway, so this deck's doing pretty well. Okay, he played another feral root. Feral root ambusher. So he's gonna hit me with both. That's fine. I don't mind. Alright. So, we can end the encounter now, or we can wait for some of the dire toads. So maybe we'll just wait for a dire toad here. I'll try not to kill him. Might be challenging. Okay. So we'll use our charge power here to take out the feral root. And we almost killed him. But we're waiting. We're going to be patient. So summon your toads. There we go. Alright, we got the 5th. Oh, that's going to kill him. Ah, I made a mistake. Yeah, we were going to try to tame it before we took him down. So far the deck is working. That's a good sign. Maybe a little bit too quickly. Okay, let's go ahead and go up here and kill the that little pumpkin challenge here. The Wandering Abomination, Squashing Pumpkin. Alright, let's take out this guy. So again, this is just a quick little way to show how this deck works and why it's a good level 2 campaign starting deck. And it has no rares in it, no legendaries, and it's still very effective. It's also pretty cheap to build. I don't think there's anything in it that's really worth a lot. Maybe the arena regular helm equipment, but that's pretty easy to get. Okay, so we don't have the best hand, but we'll keep it. And keep going through here, see what happens. Luckily, also early on in the campaign, the AI doesn't play a lot of stuff against you early on. They also start with smaller hands, so not too big of a deal. Whoa, he took out our arena regular. That wasn't nice. A zombie. We can kill the zombie if we want. Play the arena regular. We'll play a shard. And we'll go ahead and we'll just use our charge power on the zombie. That also dealt 2 damage to him because of our arena regular equipment. Alright, we got a Brutal Commander. So right now we could either play the Fury Seeker or the Brutal Commander. We'll actually just go ahead and play the Fury Seeker. And I think we actually win, just off of that. There we go. Okay, so the last early campaign challenge I'll do is going to be the dinosaur fight, which I believe is down here. This is to get across the first bridge. Alright, Savage Lord. So I know I'm doing super easy content, but I just wanted to show you that the deck does work at early levels. You might have to make modifications to take on some of the dungeon stuff, but it's actually, this deck should last you pretty far, like until Killipede. Killipede's usually a stopgap for a lot of decks. This hand only has 1 shard in it, so I think I'm going to take my free mulligan. Okay, that's better. We're going to keep. This is actually a nice hand because the Shield Trainer and the Wounded War Heroes will interact. We also start a resource ahead, which is not it's actually not particularly good here because we need 2 different thresholds. So we'll go ahead and play the Shield Trainer, and then we will play double Wounded War Hero. Okay, a little scary. But one of the awesome things about the Wounded War Heroes is that we will have Swift Strike. So I could, no, we don't want to do that. It only deals 2 damage, so we can't actually get away with going for the Rechosaurus right now. Let's see if he attacks. Ah, he doesn't attack. Okay, he must notice that the Wounded War Hero has Swift Strike. Okay, so what can we do here? We're gonna play the resource. We are going to drop a Wounded War Hero. Okay, and we will drop a Fury Seeker. And then finally we're going to hit him in the face. As a human, we get this benefit when we deal damage with our charge power to an enemy champion. All of our troops get +1/+1. So after we do this, we're going to attack with everything that we can. And then he is pretty much forced to block one of the 5ers. There we go. So he's going to stay alive. And he's only at 2 more health. So that was a really good turn. We're set up to take the win the following turn. Alright, he got a free Rechosaurus and a Tyrannosaurus Hex. It's not enough for our board state. We have the win here. Alright, so we're going to get another charge power. And actually our charge power alone will defeat Savage Lord. Okay, so that's the deck. Before I kill the stream, I'm gonna try to get back onto Twitch here, and I also will end it on the deck. This deck will be featured in a HEX TCG article around the campaign, and common cards for the campaign. The deck's built entirely around common cards and their equipment. There are a few uncommons in the deck, but no uncommon cards with uncommon equipment. Anyway, so this is the deck, and I'll sort again by cost, so you can see the full card list. The shards below this list are 4 Shard of Conquest and 9 Diamond, 9 Ruby. Okay, and now